What's going on YouTube? I've been playing Rise of Kingdoms for 438 days straight. That is consecutive login days, and that is over a year of logging in, fighting, farming, and sometimes wondering why I'm still playing this game. But looking back, I've learned a lot, and I'm here to share some of these lessons with you guys. Some of the lessons came from big wins, some came from painful losses, and if you guys know my channel, I've experienced so many painful losses, especially in my first kingdom. So here's everything I've learned after 438 days of Rise of Kingdoms. Let's start off in the early game. When I first started Rise of Kingdoms, I thought Rise of Kingdoms was just about getting stronger. I leveled up literally every single commander to level 40. I spread my resources thin by putting XP books and stars into multiple commanders, and I wondered why my power wasn't growing as fast as everyone else, obviously. So lesson number 1, specialization matters. In Rise of Kingdoms, there's no way you can progress by investing in every single commander. You have to specialize. I picked infantry, so if you guys want to follow my steps, I picked infantry. I went Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu was one of my first commanders and probably my first commander I ever expertised. As you can see, I put a lot of purple heads into him. Expertise time 2498, and I recruited him on the 9th. He is an insane infantry commander, and hey, you have to specialize if you play in this game. I put a lot of books into him, I put a lot of stars into him, and I ended up getting him level 60 before the first fight in KVK. But he's not all. I actually also went Bjorn to level 60 because I was told that Bjorn Sun Tzu was amazing. It is pretty good, but I preferred Sun Tzu 8th of Flood. That's a tale for another story though. Specialization matters. If you guys are going low spender or free to play, you definitely have to pick one troop type. If you're a mid or high spender, you could probably pick 2 troop types, and if you're a whale, you can pick all 3 troop types to go into. You gotta be specialized in this game. If you have a ton of marches and they're all average, then you're not gonna do great. Even just having one super strong march is better than having 5 mediocre marches. Imagine you have 5 level 40 commanders or 1 level 60 commander. You would always take the 1 level 60. This is how you actually progress in the game and not try to be a one-man army. This is a team game. You gotta be part of the team, and by having 1 march and joining a ball fight, you are way stronger than just having 5 mediocre marches trying to fight on your own. And the second lesson I learned in the early game is that alliance actually matters. Not just power alliance, but your actual people in the alliance. This is a community game, this is a team game. You want to join an alliance that teaches, supports, and grows together in the early game. And this is not only applied to alliances, this applies to a whole kingdom as well. You want to join a kingdom that teaches you, supports you, and grows together as a team. My first alliance was not this alliance, obviously. My first alliance was called Poke Pirates. And that's where I learned literally everything about this game from the early game. And my teachers in there were amazing. I was asking so many questions. People were answering questions. I don't know if you guys remember this player, but their name was NYU. I don't know how you pronounce it. But her and her husband were R4 in the alliance. I think she was R4 along with me. And she taught me so much about this game. I didn't even know anything at all. Learning this game is so fun, I will say. So a good alliance will make you have fun in the game. If you join a bad alliance, then you would not have fun. You will hate this game. You gotta have a good alliance, a good kingdom. And don't be afraid to migrate or change alliances if your alliance or kingdom is bad. And I don't mean bad power-wise, but I mean bad player-wise. If you guys are talking in chat, they're just negative, the blah blah blah. Just leave the alliance, join a new one. Leave the kingdom, join a new one. It's not a huge deal. Around the 100-day mark, this game got super fun for me. This was around the middle of my KVK 1, and we entered a 1v3 KVK. And although the events started feeling repetitive, like Champions of Olympia, God, I don't want to play this event anymore. This event it's just, I don't like it. But KVKs started getting serious. This is when I realized this game was actually fun. It was not a casual game. It was a serious war game. I entered KVK 1 about 17 million power, and oh my god, that was some of the most fun I've ever had in this game. Rise of Kingdoms is not a casual game. If you guys are casual players, you probably won't like this game. Rise of Kingdoms is a strategy MMO disguised as a mobile game. This is not a mobile game. This is a very serious and strategic and time investment or money investment game. During first KVK, you have to learn how to be patient. I remember my first ball fights. I was running in the ball and dying instantly. I got terrible reports. But that's part of the fun. You gotta learn how to fight. You gotta be patient. You gotta save speed ups. You gotta save resources. You can't upgrade everything in the early game and then enter KVK with no resources or speed ups. It's just not gonna be fun. You gotta realize that you have to be patient with your stuff. Another huge thing I realized is free-to-play players can actually compete in this game, but only if they're smart. We had a free-to-play that entered KVK 1 around 28 million power. His name was Ted's, and he was crazy. I entered KVK while spending at 17 million. He was free to play, entering KVK at like 20 to 28 million power. He was insane. And it made me realize that free to play players can actually play this game for completely free and compete at the highest levels if they're smart and they invest time. Alright, let's talk about the Dark Ages. I lost my first 2 KVKs. Yes, first 2 KVKs, completely lost. KVK 1, it was so much fun, but we did end up losing Kingsland after a couple of days of fighting in Kingsland. And KVK 2 as well, we got pushed out of Zone 6, and hey, we lost. Now you gotta take your losses gracefully in this game. There's no way you're gonna win every single KVK you play in. It's just impossible. But if you learn how to have fun in the game while losing, you will go really, really far in this game. Now I will say, losing is tough. You're zeroed on resources, you're zeroed on speed ups. You don't get any rewards in the KVK. Well, you can get some sometimes, but you typically don't get much rewards. But if you just enjoying the journey and the experience, you'll have a lot more fun. If you don't, a lot of people compare their accounts to other people who are similar age to them. I think you should only compare your account against your own account. This will let you enjoy the game more, because comparison is obviously the thief of joy. You're going to be comparing yourself constantly to other people. You're going to be stressed out. You're not going to have as much fun in this game. You're going to be thinking, oh, these people got an inscription for a reward. These people got this for a reward. Just compare your account against your own account, your KP, your progress, your power, your commanders, your gear, your armaments, and you'll have a lot more fun in this game, I will say. But yeah, and then I went on to lose my KVK too. So yeah, I'm very, very familiar with losses, and you should become familiar with losses too, because they will help you out. Then I entered the late game. This is, I would say late game is about, I don't know, over a year of gameplay. When you enter your first season of Conquest, and all of the lessons you learned in the early game matter and add up to the late game. You're still investing in single troop types. I only have 2 marches right now. I have an infantry and I have a cav at this point in the game. KVK is not just about kills, it's about coordination and teamwork, and this is where the lessons to the early game, where you have to be patient, you have to play with your team, you have to work together, come together in fruition with 4 kingdoms per camp in KVK 4. By following markers, you'll be able to have some insane fights. But Rise of Kingdoms is not just good moments. There's a bad side to Rise of Kingdoms as well. Losing cities. If you see your alliance player off territory in KVK and they get rallied and burned, it sucks. Watching your alliance fall apart sucks. Losing KVK sucks. The morale's down. People are quitting. People are abandoning their accounts. People are selling their accounts. But when you win, when your whole kingdom defends for hours and hours and then finally pushes back, that's the moment that keeps you playing this game. I know a lot of people have had insane KVK moments that they still remember to this day. Drop them in the comments if you do remember them. But these are the moments that make this game so meaningful and so worth it. Because obviously this game requires a lot of time. I'm playing this game, I believe last year I had 2,000 plus hours, 2,500 plus hours in Rise of Kingdoms. And hey, at the end of the day, I find it worth it because this game is just so fun. If you've been playing over a year in Rise of Kingdoms, you probably have learned a lot of things as well. If you want to, comment down below how long you've been playing Rise of Kingdoms and what is your biggest lesson that you've learned. And I'll put some comments on screen in my next video, so you guys can get on screen in the next video by dropping a comment. Thanks for watching, and hey, here's to another year of playing Rise of Kingdoms. Hopefully I make it to year 2. I'm well into year 2 at this point, but hopefully I make it all the way through, and yeah. Peace! And don't forget to bubble.